Hi and welcome to the RGL Forza Championships. We've got the V8 Supercars, the final round, final race of the season for 2012 from the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit. Awesome track this one here, lots of bumps, curves, very technical sections. Of course at the very start of the race you've got the hairpin there, followed by some very tight turns, promising to see some action, I bet. And now we have Alsimo, who is defending the championship title and will defend it very well because he has this one in the bag with a healthy lead. He hasn't lost a race yet, so yet to find his equal in this. But one thing's for sure, he might have a bit of a challenge going into 2013. We have FCR Ninja, a guest driver, getting pole position by a decent margin compared to some of our other qualifying throughout the series. And Kata's also rising up throughout this season, improving every single round in third. And the mainstay, as you watch in Twisty Corners, always up there in the top 3 to 5, filling out the second and third row for APRT Victoria. And looking towards the back of the grid here, we have a rum runner. He probably would have qualified a little bit better if he liked, but Scavenger also in the same boat there. Obviously got the quality to bring up a better time, but didn't manage to bring it at that session. Now we move into the start of the race, the final one for 2012. Lights are out and they are go. And I think we've got Scavenger here, he stalled it. There's some cars weaving out. Look at that there, he's the last one across the start line as they head into the tight right hairpin. It's a very wide track here, lots of bumping. I think that was Ollie 9394 actually collecting somebody and catapulting into a domino effect as they move through into the next part. This is a very tricky section of track. Generally drivers trying to go a little bit faster than what they need to, and it's actually a slow section. Twisted corners, oh, there's some contact. And there's cars spinning out. Interstate Motorsport, both of them involved, and a few cars ducking and weaving there. And it looks like Rum Runners managed to get through that unscathed, or at least a little bit. It might have had a bit of contact throughout that exchange, but there's quite a lot of cars involved. We will get a replay to you very soon for that one. And back on board now, Alsimo. As we mentioned, he's not going to just rest on the fact that he's got this in the bag. He is going to try and win this. See whether he can take out the season flawlessly, and he leads FCR Ninja, so he's obviously managed to make a move very early on. Unfortunately we didn't capture that, but he is in the lead ahead of Ninja, and Kata's still in third position there, so just a swap between these two off the line. And just heading around. It's a rather long track. We're sort of looking at those just above the 2-minute mark for the each lap, and just heading down the back straight here into the very tight chicane at the end here. A lot of guys looking to cut a little bit of that curve there. You can see a bit of dust fly up there as they do that, and pit lane is on the right hand side, which will open after the completion of this lap. So a few of those guys involved in incidents will either pit now or they'll have to last another lap before they can get in the pit lane to fix any damage. I think most of the contact was fairly light, but obviously nobody wants to be in that boat spun around, losing 3-4 positions. Oh, you're watching, I believe that was very wide coming into the final turn there against Kata's and all over the back of him. But nobody wants to be involved in an incident that early on in a race. And Alsimo out front, nice and clean, 2:07.646 for the standing lap. Taking that corner, that's probably one of the difficult ones, the ones that people find hard to negotiate. Let's get a look at this start, and there's Scavenger stalling at Rob 360, flying out beside him, and Zulu actually having a decent run on Rob, but had to pull out of the accelerator there because he would have tapped him. And this, as you can see there, is allowed for Scavenger to actually maintain a speed against Zulu and have an inside line there. So a lot of bumping there as they head into that start, or the first corner I should say. Back on board with our reigning champion, and now switching over we've got Twisty Corners, who was part of that incident at the first section of the race, on for a pass on Ollie 9394. Didn't quite make it stick there. Head into the this is the hairpin at sort of the furthest end of the circuit, and we can't see Ollie at the moment, I think. And Ollie off the track, slide out, and Twisty's made that move. So Twisty's starting to move his way through the field and regain a few positions after the incident. And here it is. This is the incident. We're on board with, I believe, Rum Runner, and so there's Twisty. There's a bit of a glitch, I think, in the game that's sent a few cars off where it shouldn't have happened. And here we go, you watch here. So a bit of a tap, and that's really sent Twisty in a different direction than expected, and Ollie's taken out Twisty as well, and Zulu just with a nice evade there on the Interstate Motorsport guys. So that's unfortunate the incident happened, but that is racing. Let's keep moving on with lap 3 of 8 commenced, and Alsimo have been hunted by FCR Ninja. If anything, I think Ninja's made a bit of a move, and as the lap time suggests, he is closing the gap. So all things considered, when you look back on the season, there hasn't been that many large incidents involving multiple cars, so generally can't get away with the whole season without one, and we just saw it then. So on board with FCR Ninja at the moment, chasing down Alsimo, showing what he's got ahead of the 2013 season. He'll be there for sure. Let's look at the 9394 studio board. Pistol Fit and Go Hard moving up a few places there. Top 3 have remained, so you watching's already pitted, and so would Twisty Corners after that incident. And as a result of this, you can see Scavenger and Rum Runner, Rob 360 and NZ Warrior all making up positions. The question is, will they last the entire race with those positions gained? Also with Zulu and Dedex moving up a few. Most likely they will drop back once their pit stops have taken place, and Jake Mo just having a few issues there. He's dropped back a few. He was heavily involved in that first incident, and Ollie 9394 there. We'll see Twisty Corners there dropping 9 places after that. So yeah, as they head in to the final few corners before they commence lap 4 of 8, almost reaching the halfway mark of the race already. And FCR Ninja into the pit lane. Looked like a bit of a late dive there. He might have crossed the blend line, which normally would incur a penalty, but given that he's a guest driver, he won't receive anything. And now on board with Pistol Fit, being chased by an APRT Queensland driver. We'll get a good look at this as we go across the finish line here. Always a nervous moment going into a very hard braking corner with someone not too far behind, hoping that they won't lock the brakes up and use you as a braking marker. Some great racing here, very close. And just about to head down to the back end hairpin, and Pistol just going a little bit wide here. Just open up the door, looking for a move on the inside, but Pistol Fit's got it covered. He's got enough grunt there under the engine there to keep the APRT Queensland driver at bay. No, he's not giving up yet. It's a great battle here, and now on board with Pistol Fit. Heading back up the hill, a few more turns and they're onto the back straight, and he's got a bit of a gap now, so a bit of breathing space. Halfway through the race, Alsimo still leading the charge. He'll be needing to pit very soon. And now just going down the back end here, we've got Pistol Fit keeping his cool here. I mean, obviously a lot of pressure to maintain your position, concentrate on your driving line. Any mistake there can be the difference between getting a decent gap on an opponent, or he's gone to the pit lane, or just dropping a position. And he's gone to the pit lane there. Obviously not a bad move. You can get a bit distracted when you've got somebody going a little bit faster than you at the time. You need to get some track space, clear your head and focus. Alsimo with a new fastest lap of 2:02.346, so getting close to those really fast lap times that we saw in qualifying. And at the moment he's got a decent gap. Back to Catters because Ninja's already pitted. So Catters not really able to keep up. I mean, he hasn't lost that much ground, but it's still a fair chunk. Gives Alsimo a little bit of room to relax, just focus on his rhythm for the race. And we're on board now with Scavenger, number 17 for Screwdrivers Racing, on the outside on pistol fit here. That is full position, and he's made it stick. A very bold move as pistol fit comes out of the pit lane. Lap 5 of 8, and Scavenger making some pretty good moves here. And next up, I believe, is you watching in the order of things, and just a step down a little bit, but keeping the car on track. Pistol fit starting to make a bit more of a game back again, even though he's on cold tyres. And Scavenger again collecting a bit of the side of the track there, losing a little bit of ground and momentum there to pistol fit. Heading down the back, hairpin, and then you can see pistol fit looming in the background. And again, a bit of lack of control. Not sure what happened there, whether it's a glitch or a bit of. And he's done it again, sideways, and that isn't a glitch. That is a loss of control of the car. He's obviously fishtailed that one to the point where pistol fit's made an easy pass. So all that effort and time that Scavenger put in that managed to get him past pistol fit is now gone. He has some work ahead of him. And here we are, we're just checking out the comparison here from Ninja to Alsimo. Ninja looking for a move past one of the APRT Queensland boys. He's losing a little bit of time through this section, might make a difference. And I think Alsimo's got this one covered. Ninja just coming onto the main straight, and Alsimo's just about to exit the pit lane. It could be pretty close, but I think Alsimo's got it fairly well, as you can see. Coming into the hairpin, they'll tighten up a little bit, and we'll get a good idea with this next shot. There you go, that's the gap. So really there's not much gain. If anything, Alsimo's probably got a second on FCR Ninja. Now we're on board with you watching. Lap 6 of 8. 2 more laps to go. We know who's going to win this championship, but let's see just who's battling out for positions in this final round. And Catters yet to pit with 2 places gained at the moment, and we have Alsimo and Ninja both dropping a position each. You watching where he started, and we have Go Hard moving up the ranks a little bit, but he's still yet to pit. Scavenger and NZ Warrior benefiting from the incident at the start of the race there, both gaining a few positions. And at the moment, Twisty Corners again, probably suffering almost the worst there with a drop of 6 places. Zulu and Dedex moving up a couple. And in the final 2 places is Ollie 9394 and Jake Mo losing 7 places. His race has gone from bad to worse, and fortunately that's the way racing goes. Incidents happen. And now on board with pistol fit again, being chased by Scavenger, and now switching over to our race leader in Alsimo. You can't just take it easy too soon, because FCR Ninja's really pushing now. Actually made a fair bit of ground on the defending champion. We're sporting that number 1, and we'll sport the number 1 for the V8 Supercars going into 2013. On board now. You can see a bit of a gap here, but there's Catters just exited pit lane, so Alsimo's well and truly accounted for him, and also has Ninja, and there's the gap back to Ninja and Catters, so they're pretty close, and that is why Ninja had managed to gain on Alsimo with another fastest lap of 2:02, 2:06. Nobody quite breaking that 2:02 mark, and on board with the Rob 360 and Twisty as they cross the line almost side by side. Twisty's got an inside run, Rob 360 going wide, keeping it wide and giving him plenty of room. That's great racing. And ooh, bit of a slide out there as they head around turn 2. So Twisty, obviously a very fast driver, a bit of bad luck at the start, but he's pushing through this. He's making the most of what he can out of this race, and obviously claiming quite a few positions in the meantime. And Rob 360 still having a bit of trouble with that traction. And this is on board with... oh, he's clipped the wall. There's Queensland Rum Runner, and bang, Zulu out of nowhere. We didn't have anywhere to go really. This on board with Zulu. Let's see what he there's a whole lot of smoke, and all of a sudden the car appears. Nowhere to go. Big impact and a lot of damage. That would have seen both of those guys pit for the second time for the race. They will drop back in positions. So big developments there at the back end of the field. On board with Alsimo, coming around to start the final lap of the race of the season. He's already confirmed the championship, but here he is about to try and confirm a 5th win for the season. Every single race he's stepped out, he has won so far. Can he make it 5 in a row? FCR Ninja would like to change that, so would Catters, but I don't think they're close enough unless there's a minimum mistake by this guy, given that he's won 4 races so far. I doubt I can see that happening now. So Nerd Motorsport will return, and I believe Rob 360 back at the start of the year for the first season was partnered with Relentless. Not sure what's happening with him, but they were driving for Technic Performance Racing, and Rob 360's moved to Aztec Racing, so it'll be interesting to see what develops out of that. Movie Madness will make its return for Ollie 9394 and Zulu. And Interstate Motorsport will also return. Screwdriver Racing will return for 2013 with Scavenger and Catters. So it'll be interesting to see how well they perform, not only in the V8s but importantly the development series. And for the development series, though, just a quick one, the Movie Madness guys will be sponsored by PMR Auto Shop, Pimp My Ride Auto Shop. So look out for the hot pink with dash of yellow or white cars for that. And here we go, Alsimo coming through for the final couple of turns for the season, for the championship. Second in succession, absolutely dominating this series. Will it change going into the next year? Only time will tell, and we look forward to seeing what will happen. But congratulations to our new championship winner, Alsimo. And he finishes off with a fantastic 2:01.816. He's broken the 2:02, so he's really smashed that one out of the ballpark. And what a great race. Very tidy, very professional. Well, let's check out the final standings for race 5 of the season. And SCR Ninja managed to hold on to second. Catters gets that podium. Again, remembering that those points awarded to Ninja will be relegated to the driver below him, and so on. Same with Rob 360. And we have a couple of DNFs down the bottom of the page there. Ollie 9394 apparently pressing the wrong button on the right, turns the TV off, and therefore he goes off track and crashes. congratulations to him. Jake Moe just having a very bad race. Maybe he'll bounce back, maybe we'll see him in 2013, let's wait and see. Also, Go Hard there with a solid finish for the season, a very big fight against Pistol Fit all the way through that entire race. Well, let's check out the championship standings, and there it is, Alsimo there, convincing with a 760 points, so that is 5 wins and 4 pole positions effectively there. And Twisty Corners in second with you watching third. That sees APRT take out the Constructors title. Congratulations to them on that one. A great start for them in their debut series for RGL Forza Motorsport Championships. Catters winning the Mazda Master Series backs it up with a solid 4th. And Scavenger in 5th. Eskimo dropping past Pistol Fit after not showing for the final round of the season. Zulu finishing mid-pack. Thank you very much for watching. This is Alsimo celebrating his championship in traditional RGL style. Doing a few donuts before all the other guys join in and become a smash-up derby. Again, we will be back in 2013 at the around about the March period. 10 races, 10 rounds. If you want to register, go to our website now. We're opening registrations to the 25th of January 2013. So if you want to be a part of this, please head over there, read up on it, get all the info, and otherwise we hope to see you in 2013. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.